So this is a weekend video. We're going to be talking about Qyou Media. How much money will Qyou Media make in 1 quarter? I will play a little bit of the video of Kurt Mavis talking about the earnings report, and then I'll talk more about it after. So let's begin.
Positive. You have mentioned earlier that the cash flow will be positive in quarter 3. Are we now talking June already?
Yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of assessing all of that right now as we speak. It's in all of these high growth businesses, there's always the battle, I guess I'll say, between getting to cash flow positive and also continuing to invest in the growth. So we analyze that on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis. Our revenues are going to grow at a point that we feel pretty confident that we can reach that. Although now I would guess it's probably going to be more into calendar Q3 of 2021 than it is going to be in June of 2021, which was what we were originally targeting. I'm not providing yet official guidance in this regard. Part of the reason for that, frankly, is that we didn't know at that time initially that we were going to raise the kind of capital that we've raised to date. So we have a lot more capital in the company and a better ability right now to reinvest in growth. And so we're looking to be able to do that going forward. So I think what you should really look to right now is as we start to release numbers and as we start to give what might be not necessarily specific guidance, but more sort of, I guess I'll call it light guidance or high level, I guess I'll call it high level indications of what's happening on a revenue basis for us. What I can assure you is that on a 12-month quarter over basis, and even on a previous quarter basis, our ratings are only going one direction right now, which is up. That's we're growing. And as I said, because we're more at 48 at the moment instead of 25, even faster than what we originally projected on that level.
That's cool. Good to hear.
I just can't talk specifically about numbers of things that we haven't released publicly.
No, of course, and you only answer what you can and what you want. The question number 3 is, your 3 advertising deals this week, how will it affect revenue this year?
Sort of the same answer as the last one, which is that, I mean, there's 2 components to this. I just had a long call last night with one of the probably most successful ad sales people in the last decade in India on television. And their advice was, don't go too fast. Don't just sign up deals immediately. You know, hold the horse back a little bit, because what happens is you're negotiating rates against that advertising. The way it works, again, is there's these 10-second increments, and whether it's 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees or whatever the amount is per 10-second block, that's a negotiation that goes on. When I talk about ratings equal revenue, that's true, but there's also no direct amount. So it's not as if, okay, if I'm at 50, that equals 1,500. It doesn't work that way. They're negotiating with you to try to get the lowest rate possible. You're negotiating to try to get the highest rate possible. It's a supply and demand issue as well. So this is, something that we're working on very hard right now. To be honest, we've had people come to us to do already 1-year deals with us, and we've resisted that. It's very, very, very tempting, because you look at it and you say, oh my gosh, this would take a lot of stress out of our financial picture if we could sign this one big company up for a 1-year deal. And we're talking about those kinds of things, but we're not doing those yet. We're tending to focus on shorter term deals right now than what we've had. What I probably shouldn't say publicly, but I will say, is we expect to do more revenue a month confidently right now than we've been doing previously in a quarter, significantly more. So the revenue picture is looking much, much brighter than it ever has in the history of the business.
Guys are still here and still listening. That's great. But as you can hear, I could have just jumped right to the end and let him talk about it, but I thought that whole segment was good. So I played the whole thing. But as you can hear him, what he said that the revenue for 1 month is significantly more than the entire quarter of Qyou Media. So, and significantly, so he used the word basically a lot more. So we go to Qyou Media for the financials for 1 quarter on March 1st, 2021. The next one should be released here soon. I'm guessing in May they're gonna release a new earnings report, but I could be wrong. That's pure speculation on my part. It could be in June, but at least May or June we'll have a new earnings report. At least I think so. But anyways, if we look at the earnings report, they made a total revenue of $968 million. $100,000, and the total expenses was $1.468 million. You could also take in share-based compensation of $138 million, and depreciation of $55,000. So they lost, according to this, they lost $518 million, but the revenue for 1 quarter is going to be more than the revenue. The revenue is going to skyrocket in Q3, maybe possibly Q2, but Q3 for sure the revenue is going to skyrocket. So we take $1 million right here, significantly more. So I would say $2 million of revenue per month. That is significantly more. That is on the low end. So that would be approximately $6 million of revenue, and the expenses right now is $1.4 million. So in theory they should be flipping, if let's say the expenses went up to $3 million, they should be flipping at least $3 million of profit in 1 quarter. $3 million of profit in 1 quarter, if not more, even if the expenses go up, because I'm expecting the expenses to go up in the quarter, but they're still going to be flipping a massive amount of profit. I think it's going to be way more than $2 million a month, but that is my opinion. The Super Bowl, right? The Super Bowl, a 30-second long commercial during a Super Bowl is $5.6 million US. So for 30 seconds, the Super Bowl is making $5.6 million. In my opinion, in 1 month of advertisement, just from PepsiCo alone, they should pay them $5 million per month for, advertising to at least 100 million India people. So that is a lot of money. I think that just from Pepsi alone, so if you take in the other companies, we could be talking about $10 million a month on the high end. $10 million a month, $30 million a quarter, profits of even if the expenses went up to $5 million, profits of $25 million per quarter. That would be insane if that was a scenario, and the stock would be severely undervalued at these prices if they're making $25 million a quarter. If they are making $25 million in 1 quarter and the stock price is still at 44.5 cents, I would totally use that money to buy back stock, to buy back the outstanding shares in this company, because that is ridiculous at those prices, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens, but I think that the revenue is going to be massive. It's going to be massive. So on the low end, $6 million. On the high end, we could be talking about $30 million in 1 quarter. So between $6 to $30 million in one quarter. It definitely will be flipping a profit, and I definitely seeing the stock price go to at least $1.10 by the end of the year, unless, but anything could be possible. A stock market crash could happen, and it could, the stock can go on sale. So anything is possible in the markets, but I am very bullish on this company, and I think that they're going to make a lot of money for investors in the future. Anyways, that is it for my video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for future updates, and have a great day. Bye.